Why is tracing 80s director influence so hard? Imagine trying to follow a trail through a maze that keeps shifting shape. That's what it feels like when you try to trace the influence of film directors from the 1980s. The decade was a whirlwind of styles, genres, and new techniques that often overlapped and changed fast. Unlike a single movement or style, 80s directors worked in many different ways. Some made big blockbuster adventures, others created intense character studies, and some pushed genre boundaries with experiments. This variety makes it tough to say exactly who influenced whom because influences aren't always clear or direct. During the 1980s, directors like Steven Spielberg, Martin Scorsese, and Oliver Stone became famous for their unique storytelling. Spielberg was known for blending exciting action with emotional moments, making his films feel both thrilling and heartfelt. Martin Scorsese focused on deep, intense character stories, often exploring crime and morality. Oliver Stone's movies often had political messages and bold visuals. Each of these directors brought something different to the screen, which means their influence spread in many directions. Another reason it's hard to trace influence is that many influential directors of the 1980s worked in different parts of the industry. Some made big studio movies, while others created underground or independent films. Directors like John Carpenter and Alex Cox made genre films and cult classics that weren't always recognized right away. Their impact was often felt later, in ways that weren't obvious at first. This makes it tricky to connect the dots, because their influence was indirect or only became clear years later. The cultural and technological changes of the 1980s also played a role. The rise of home video and cable TV meant films reached audiences in new ways. This spread different styles and ideas to niche groups, not just mainstream viewers. So, a director's influence might be strong in a small community or among certain filmmakers but less visible overall. Styles and techniques also crossed over through collaborations, remakes, and sequels, further blurring lines of influence. All these factors show that the 1980s was a time of creative freedom and experimentation. Many voices contributed to its cinematic energy, making it hard to pin down one clear influence. Instead, it's a rich, layered period where many filmmakers inspired each other in subtle ways. That's why tracing influence from 1980s directors remains a challenge, but it also makes studying that era so interesting. It's a decade that still sparks new ideas and keeps inspiring filmmakers today.